Smiling face, outstretched hand, through disputes, small and grand, we will lay down our guns. We are one. In the rage through the war, we have shared pain before. In our grief when it's done, urinin hana, urinin hana, where the earth touches sky, we are born, we all die, where the clear waters run, urinin hana, urinin hana, when the light touches land, over sea, over sand, when each day has begun, we are one. When the rock wears away and the tide rolls and sways, by the moon, by the sun, urinin hana, urinin hana, where the earth touches sky, we are born, we all die, where the clear waters run, urinin hana, urinin hana, in the soft of the night, we are learning not to fight, in our hearts, in the drum, we are one. In the birth of a child, through the fierce and the mild, in our daughters and sons, urinin hana, urinin hana, where the earth touches sky, we are born, we all die, where the clear waters run, urinin hana, urinin hana, in the birth of a child, through the fierce and the mild, in our daughters and sons, we are one.
Good morning, everybody. So I am Nicole Fitzhugh, the president of the Board of Trustees. Thank you. We're so glad you're with us this morning at First Unitarian Church of Oakland. We are working, always working, on becoming an intentionally multi-generational, multiracial, multicultural, inclusive, and anti-oppressive religious community where you feel welcome. If you're new here, we invite you to fill out an orange newcomer card, which can be found at the greeters table in the foyer, right over there behind Maria, or at the welcome table in Venti Hall, which is our social room right over here to the right, behind that wall. You may also fill out the card online. There's a link to it on our website. Doing this helps us to help you explore what our community offers and how we can help you find ways to participate. So today, I am announcing that our congregational administrator, Daisy Kwan, will be transitioning to becoming a part-time interim administrator for professional and personal reasons. We anticipate continuity, a smooth transition, and a good transfer of knowledge. However, please expect slower response times from the church office, and we are all grateful for everyone's patience. We've revived the hiring team. We've reopened our administrator job opening. The posting is on our church website. If you know of any good potential candidates, please reach out. Encourage them to apply. A posting will be found also in the next Chalice Chatter. So patience, flexibility, and resiliency are our themes. We are a resilient church, and we will continue to be as we go through this process.
How many of you have heard Emma's Revolution sing before? I think it's especially appropriate. They should be here on this special service that we have youth power with us today. So let me introduce Emma's Revolution. Sitting over there, we have Pat Humphries and Sandy O. They are an award-winning activist duo that has been friends, close friends, with Unitarian Universalist congregations. They have sung at convocations and coffee houses. They've been here multiple times. I remember in Portland, Oregon, one time seeing them at a Pacific Western Regional Assembly. Also, when I was a minister in Denver, I was so pleasantly surprised to find them on the steps of the Capitol in Denver for a demonstration. And then in 2018, the American Friends Service Committee had an action down at the border south of San Diego. It was called Love Knows No Borders, a moral call for migrant justice, and there they were again. And did you know that since 2009, they have been invited to sing at every single General Assembly? You know, this is because we share a fierce commitment with Emma's Revolution and UU congregations everywhere to justice, and we are in the good fight for the worth and dignity of every person. So next month, on February 21st, Emma's Revolution will perform a unique and exciting conference at the Freight and Salvage in Berkeley. Pardon me? What did I call it? Well, anyway, they're going to have a concert. And the thing is, it's going to be filmed because they are making a documentary about their 20-plus years of being together on the front lines of peace and justice work. I personally already have my tickets, and I hope that many of you will be there as well. So thank you for being here again, and welcome Pat Humphries, Sandy O, Emma's Revolution, to the First Unitarian Church of Oakland.
Good morning. My name is Orhan Hosten-Mittermaier. I'm a member of Youth Power. We'll do the introductions later. And I'm also a member of this church, of course. And I'm so glad to be up here today for this service. So we're going to begin the service with a land acknowledgement. We acknowledge the land and the peoples who belong to this land, the Muwekma and Lisjan Ohlone peoples. Our church, institutions, homes are occupying their lands, ancestral and current. We acknowledge that the lands were stolen from the Ohlone peoples who have an ancestral relationship with this land, the plants, the animals, and the water for millennia, continuous to the present day. Ohlone people are still here. We also recognize that the Ohlone ancestors, in spirit and of the land, are present. In solidarity with all indigenous people and their right to self-determination and justice, we commit to working towards accountability of the theft, dispossession, and resulting trauma Native peoples continue to face. We commit to being active partners toward the healing of the intergenerational trauma which persists to this day. So may we live. And now, please join me in saying our chalice lighting words. We light this chalice, the symbol of Unitarian Universalism. May it remind us of the divine spark in all of creation, the power of love to heal what is broken and to be grateful for life's blessings each day. We also light our peace candle today with some words from Nelson Mandela. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. May we collaborate to establish peaceful and just resolutions for all the violent conflicts currently plaguing our world. Together, we say, peace is possible.
Sorry, I got talking. We light this candle to remind ourselves that we are, as Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. said, caught in an inescapable web of mutuality. To remind ourselves that we are all lifted up when the social, political, and economic rights of Black people worldwide flourish. When in our every action, we affirm that, join me, Black lives matter.
I'm back again. It's great to see all of you here today. Thank you for coming out. Almost exactly a year ago, I joined Youth Power Climate Action, a group of Bay Area youth spearheaded by Heather McLeod. Youth Power has committed to taking tangible action to combat climate change, and Bella Goldwasser, Heather, and Jeff Melcher, who unfortunately could not make it today, but has been instrumental to Youth Power's projects and to our connection for this service with the church. So together, we've been leading one of the many projects Youth Power is currently working on. We're very excited to be here sharing some of our experiences and reflections on our climate action from the past year. Activism can be fulfilling yet overwhelming, encouraging yet at times demoralizing. These are all feelings that we, and I'm sure many of you, have felt while grappling with environmental or social change. We hope to bring some inspiration by sharing our story, and in doing so, we hope to show that activism is a deeply communal action. One more time, we want to extend a huge thank you to Emma's Revolution for providing the music and blessing our service today. And with that, let's get into the service. In one voice, let the people say, "Come, let us worship together." please stand and join us in singing hymn number 1017, Building a New Way.
We are building a new way. We are building a new way, feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. Hate and greed and jealousy. We are working to be free. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. Start with love, that is the seed. We can feed our every need. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, the world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry.
Sorry, y'all, I am not used to working. And as Orhan mentioned, poor Jeff is not feeling well today. Okay. And I am deputized. Share the story for all ages. Do we have any children or children who are young at heart who want to come down and sit closer to the pictures? I'm told by Jeff that they are also going to be available on the slides. So I have a slightly abridged version of a very relevant and very favorite story about environmental activism. Way back in the days when the grass was still green and the pond was still wet and the clouds were still clean, the song of the Swomee swans rang out in space. One morning I came to this glorious place and I first saw the trees, the truffula trees, the bright colored tufts of the truffula trees, mile after mile in the fresh morning breeze. The instant I'd finished cutting down a tree, I heard a gazump. I looked. I saw something pop out of the stump of the tree I'd chopped down. It was sort of a man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can. He was shortish and oldish and brownish and mossy, and he spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy. Mister, he said with a sawdusty sneeze, I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees have no tongues, and I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs, he was very upset as he shouted and puffed, what's that thing you've made of my truffula tuft? It was a thneed. Oh, baby, oh, how my business did grow. Chopping one tree at a time was too slow. So I quickly invented my super axe hacker, which whacked off 4 truffula trees at one smacker. We were making needs 4 times as fast as before. And that Lorax, he didn't show up anymore. Barbaloots loved living here. This is the Lorax who has come around again. Barbaloots loved living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys, he cried, and he sent them away. I, the Onceler, felt sad as I watched them all go, but business is business, and business must grow, regardless of crummies and tummies, you know. So, said the Lorax, please pardon my cough, the swami swans cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may have to fly for a month or a year to escape from the smog you've smogged up around here. The Lorax is not happy. You're glumping the pond where the humming fish hummed. No more can they hum, for their gills are all gummed. So I'm sending them off. Oh, their future is dreary. They'll walk on their fins and get woefully weary in search of some water that isn't so smeary. Poor fishes. And at that very moment, we heard a loud whack. From outside in the fields came a sickening smack of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last truffula tree of them all. The Lorax said nothing, just gave me a glance, just gave me a very sad backward glance as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants. And I'll never forget the grim look on his face when he heisted himself and took leave of this place through a hole in the smog without leaving a trace. So, catch, called the Onceler. He let something fall. It's a truffula seed. It's the last one of all. You're in charge of the last of the truffula seeds, and truffula trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffula, treat it with care, give it clean water and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest. Protect it from axes that hack. Then the Lorax and all of his friends may come back.
I have to follow that? That's so sad. I wrote this song when I looked up at the night sky and, against all odds, the lights of the city around me blocking out all of the other stars,
the Big Dipper always shone through. And it always gave me hope for connection. So sing with us. We are living beneath the great Big Dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power, some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. I am alone, I am searching, hungering for answers in my time. I am balanced at the brink of wisdom. I am impatient to receive a sign. I move forward with my senses open. Imperfection will be my crime. In humility I will listen. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great Big Dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power, some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. On this journey through thoughts and feelings, binding intuition, my head, my heart, I am gathering the tools together. I'm preparing to do my part. I just sang the third verse on the second verse.
Sing the second verse then.
Let's do that one instead. You have to help me go. On the street. Help me out. Exactly. I knew that was a curse when I put that line in the song. Imperfection be my crime. That I was forever going to be, it's going to forever be an invitation for something weird to happen. And wow, here we are. I've only sung this song for 3, 4, 7, at least. Okay, yeah. On this journey through thoughts and feelings, binding intuition, my head, my heart, yes. I am gathering the tools together. I'm preparing to do my part. All of those who have come before me, band together and be my guide. Loving lessons that I will follow. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great Big Dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power, some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. There we go. When we get there, we'll discover all of the gifts we've been given to share have been with us since life's beginning, and we never noticed they were there. We can balance the brink of wisdom, never recognizing that we've arrived. Loving spirits will live together. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great Someday to pray, we can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side.
Now that you've settled into your seats, do you want to get up and wander around and say hello to your friends and meet new ones? So we'll greet one another just for a few minutes, and then when I ring the bell, please do come back, because there's more to come.
My name is Heather McLeod, and I get to introduce Youth Power. In August 2020, I signed up for the 90-day International Climate Action Challenge. The first question was, what is your 90-day goal? That was easy. Elect a climate-friendly president. Then it asked, who will work with you? I pondered until I remembered that I have hundreds of students I have taught over the past 20 years. I invited them and some of them joined, and we did it. In 90 days, we wrote postcards. Anyone else here? If you wrote any postcards in the last 5 years, raise your hand. We text banked. Anybody? And we got about 40 young people involved in helping elect a new president. That was the beginning of Youth Power Climate Action. But you could also say that Youth Power started in 1962, when my mother joined the Unitarian congregation in Ventura, California, and started working on fair housing for African Americans. She couldn't do it alone, but being part of the church connected her to groups of people working on the problem. And she brought me along. She brought me along when she picketed. She brought me along when she canvassed. Later, she shared her Another Mother for Peace newsletter with me, and we wrote letters to Senator Alan Cranston about stopping the Vietnam War. She taught me to phone and get out the vote for McGovern for president, also for stopping the war. These experiences made it possible for me to envision Youth Power as a place where young people who care about the climate could connect with other young people, a place where it matters what you do as a young person and you don't have to do it alone. I am so pleased to introduce you to my friend and former student, Bella, who was one of the first members of Youth Power. She got her Girl Scout troop writing postcards with us. And Orhan, a member of our congregation who joined Youth Power last year.
My name is Bella Goldwasser, and I'm here today as a member of Youth Power Climate Action. This is my first time here at First Unitarian, so thank you all for having me. I joined Youth Power in the depths of the pandemic, unbelievably sick of sitting alone in my room. Some days, masks were required to protect us from eerie yellow smoke-tinged skies, and every day we wore them to keep a virus at bay. Climate change had always been a part of my consciousness. I'd seen many documentaries warning of stranded polar bears and scarce water, common fodder of science museums and elementary classes. But during the pandemic, it felt like it was all happening right outside my window, warned by the smoky skies. Joining Youth Power gave me a place to do something with my anxiety, even if this doing something sometimes caused more anxiety. It was different. I text banked, providing get out the vote information to people all around the country from the safety of my computer at home. At Youth Power meetings, we swapped stories of hilarious nonsense responses and validating exchanges, learning together as we went. And when we made it to the other side of that election, electing a president who has gone on to help pass some of the most comprehensive climate legislation we've seen, I felt like we had a small part in that. Still, I avoided an invitation to marches once we were doing that again. I didn't feel like or think of myself as an activist until much later, when I was deep inside the realm of refrigerators. Stay posted, it'll make more sense soon.
Around 5 years ago, I really started to grasp the problem of climate change and realize its severity. Because of this, I started thinking about ways I can make a personal difference. In the past couple of years, I attended climate marches in San Francisco, and it gave me hope to see so many like-minded people who also cared about the environment and wanted to make a difference, just like me. My family started to recycle more, and we introduced a compost bin for extra food scraps. Then, in January of 2023, Heather invited me to join Youth Power as part of their team for the Stop Waste Ambassador Program. I jumped at the opportunity to work with other youth for a couple of months on a project. I thought it would be really fun. Little did I know how much further we would take this project. For the Stop Waste program, we were thinking about impactful actions we could take for the next 4 months. In our research, we stumbled upon the issue of the potent greenhouse gases that commercial refrigerators emit, and we all liked the novelty of this idea. It was completely new for us, and I'm sure for many of you as well. Just quickly, raise your hand if you've never heard about the issue of refrigerants and their potential to warm the climate. That's kind of what we expected. So here's the 1-minute rundown. The gases, which are called hydrofluorocarbons, or HFCs, that many commercial fridges use to cool their products, trap 2,000 to 4,000 times more heat than carbon dioxide. This means that a pound of HFCs has the same negative effect as up to 4,000 pounds of carbon dioxide in terms of global warming. Additionally, on average, about 20% of the HFCs in any given fridge, in any given commercial fridge, leaks out every year. So what does that mean? It means that each year, the HFC emissions from the US alone has as much of an effect as the carbon dioxide created by producing electricity for 12 million homes. 12 million. We realized that by addressing this problem, we could have a profound impact. And so we started what we called the Refrigerant Transition Project. First, we had to collect data about what types of refrigerants nearby stores were using. This info can be found on these little stickers at the top right of every commercial refrigerator. So we organized what we called refrigerant scavenger hunts, and you'll see a couple photos in future slides from these. So what were those? Well, with the rest of Youth Power, we would take an afternoon to inspect as many stores as we could in Berkeley or Oakland or Alameda. What we found was that almost all of the stores were using a refrigerant called R404A. And this is one of the worst refrigerants from a climate perspective. And unsurprisingly, one of the cheapest options, which is why so many businesses were using them. Aside from the small drink fridges that some stores had, none of the stores we surveyed were using any of the climate-friendly alternatives that we wanted them to switch to, such as propane or ammonia. This meant that most of these stores had serious room for improvement, which gave us an opportunity to conduct our project. But to get them interested, we first had to get on their radar in the first place.
On MLK Day 2023, just over a year ago, we got serious about reaching out to grocery stores and getting them in on our project. To me, that part sounded daunting. Going up to store owners, adults with plenty of stress on their plates already, and introducing a new concern, who wanted to hear that from teenagers? But I was surprised by how many people were willing to take a moment to speak with us, and even more surprised by how many seemed interested. To be fair, though, our success was almost directly proportional with the size of the store. At Safeway, we stood awkwardly in front of a dairy case until we learned that the manager wasn't even in. But at Alameda Natural Grocery, a smaller, local store, we got to talk to someone almost immediately. We shared what we knew, even confident enough to answer a few questions, and listened to the store employee describing old tubing and rooftop compressors, a refrigeration configuration we would soon become experts on. We left with a business card and the name of their sustainability lead, and I remember feeling a wave of validation wash over me. we had a grocery store interested. Buzzing with anxiety and excitement, I remember drafting an email to Ariel, Alameda Natural's Sustainability Coordinator, who has gone on to become our partner on this project. She has facilitated Alameda Natural Grocery getting in contact with the people who supply their refrigeration and gotten a quote for how much it will cost to switch a wall of produce fridges to greener propane models. As we suspected, the price was way too high for a small grocery store like Alameda Natural to afford on their own. So we jumped into the second stage of our plan, community fundraising. So far, this has consisted of tabling outside various stores. As someone who spent many an elementary season selling Girl Scout cookies, the experience is hilariously similar. Now I'm just selling greenhouse gas reductions and fridges instead of Thin Mints. Tabling can be incredibly difficult. It's emotionally exhausting to speak to so many people and have so few interested or even respond. People are busy, distracted, in a rush, hostile, confused, skeptical, and did I mention busy? But it's almost all worth it when you get someone who has a moment to spare. Exposing them to a new issue, telling them, here's something that will make a difference, and seeing it make sense to them, it's incredibly validating. And even people who don't donate or agree with our issue can be incredibly kind. I even had someone wish me luck with the project who introduced themselves by saying, you know climate change is a hoax, right? We take what we can get. It's all worth something.
Moving forward, we're focusing on developing more financial support strategies for grocery stores looking to adopt climate-friendly fridges. This could include carbon credits or sort of rebates for the better climate-friendly alternatives, or writing grants for the state grant programs that are already in place. We're continuing to table, we're educating our communities, such as you all, and on this vital climate strategy. And we're also growing our Youth Power refrigerant team. Despite how much work we've already put into this project, it feels as though we're poetically starting anew, expanding our team and our horizons as we go into the new year.
So why is it that we gather here together on a Sunday morning? Well, it's to hear young people like this, to be inspired. And the title of this service is very apt, that you don't have to do it alone. We are truly better together than we are when we're by ourselves. Orhan was saying how activism work can be meaningful, fulfilling, and yet overwhelming. And to me, that sounded a lot like life, or like we are sitting here, some in power and some in pain. Every Sunday we come in, and those of us who lead worship know that someone who is with us today has a broken heart. And also we have joys in our lives. And the magic of community is that our joys are amplified. For some reason, they're even sweeter when they are shared with our community. And similarly, our sorrows and our concerns are easier to bear when we have the embrace of a community like this one. I was thinking after Nicole read the Lorax that we have the sower up here, our stained glass window, and I picture that every Sunday we plant seeds, we throw out and sow seeds, and one of the purposes of the community is to water the seeds. And I'm thinking today of passing the torch to the young people who are coming after us, who will inherit the world that some of us have built. And together we're building the world we dream about. And so in a moment, I'll ring the singing bowl, and you'll be invited to speak aloud your joys and your sorrows, the names of those who you would like to celebrate and those who you are concerned with. We call it an embracing meditation. For all that's been spoken aloud, and for those tender things in the silent sanctuaries of our hearts, may we be grateful for the comfort and the support offered to all of us by this community. And now if you'll join me for a moment of centering and silence, followed by a pastoral prayer. Great mystery, known by many names, Spirit of life, divine spark, Yahweh, Allah, God, Goddess, Mother, Father, Gaia, beyond all naming. Luminous light and dazzling dark that connects us with all that is and all that was and all that ever will be. May we sense the wondrous love that is glowing radiant in each of our hearts, that is flowing among us, between us, and beyond us. And may we give thanks for this precious day, for the miracle of being alive in all the beauty and the struggle that entails. But we know that we belong to each other and that truly, truly we are better together. We give thanks for this community that we are building together, weaving a tapestry of love. Blessings on people of all ages, and thank you especially to the youth who are sharing their stories of becoming activists. Fulfilling and overwhelming, truly a communal activity. And so may we all join in and use our gifts to bless the world in the spirit of love. Amen. Ashe.
There are parts for you to sing in this song with us. In the first verse, when Pat sings a line, we'll sing back the words, "in the light." In the second verse, when Pat sings a line, we'll sing back the words, "in the dark." And in the third verse, we'll sing back the words, "we begin."
We have come in the light to this place, in the light with our hearts, in the light open wide. We are here in the light giving voice, in the light to the truth, in the light we divide. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love in the light, giving hope in the light we create, in the light better days. We are born in the dark, we are fed in the dark, we connect in the dark through the veil. We are held in the dark, we are healed in the dark, mysteries in the dark we reveal. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love in the dark, giving hope in the dark we create, in the dark better days. Time is now. We begin where we are. We begin, we have all. We begin that we need to renew. We begin to release. We begin to rebuild. We begin to believe. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love. We begin giving hope. We begin, we create. We begin better days. Let us sing for today. Let us learn better ways, showing love. We begin giving hope. We begin, we create. We begin better days, showing love. We begin giving hope. We begin, we create. We begin better days. At this point, our refrigerant project is 1 year old, so we're currently branching out to get the word out about the project and share our experience with others. Jeff Melcher, who once again, we're really sorry, was not able to make it here today, but he's probably watching on Zoom, I hope. Jeff Melcher suggested that we present here during a church service, which we immediately agreed was a great idea, given how supportive all of you are. With all of Jeff's work with the UU Oakland youth, some of whom I see here today, we think there could be some interesting overlap there, as possibly in the form of environmental service projects. There might even be opportunities to coordinate with one of our renters, California Interfaith Power and Light. Between learning about refrigerants and becoming experts through the scavenger hunts, building up the courage to talk to store managers, and starting to fundraise, we've come a long way from where we started. And I'd like to think that we accumulated a lot of experience. What I've realized as one of the key takeaways from our work in the past year was that very seldom was any progress made by individual effort alone. To quote a lyric from the UU Blessing song, a Chalice Camp classic and one of my personal favorites, you don't have to do it alone. And in fact, you can't do it alone. To give an example, I know that personally I struggled to believe that adults at grocery stores would take me seriously,
and I was deeply nervous about trying to convince them that they should trust me and switch their fridges. But with Bella and Sean, another Youth Power member, with me, I felt like it gave us a certain legitimacy and assertiveness that I could have not achieved on my own. We were all in the same boat and therefore could encourage each other to overcome our fear. In that example and in many others, teamwork has shown up time and time again as something vital to our work.
I know that I personally have grown so much as an activist since taking on this refrigerant project, and I definitely could not have done it without the support of other Youth Power members. Thanks to our shared growth, I finally feel comfortable calling myself and thinking of myself as an activist. Once we found an issue that felt worth it, that we all felt a passion for and an urgency to, it was so much easier to take risks and put ourselves out there, whether that was interviewing busy grocery store managers or just drafting high-stakes emails. If I'd given up earlier, when it still felt scary to send a get out the vote text, I never would have gotten to connect with and help to lead Youth Power, this amazing group. Together, we kept on moving forward, and I know that we'll continue to, just as so many groups, from families to churches and synagogues to activist groups around the world, are also doing right now. We, not you or I, or any other individual, shall overcome the current hurdles blocking us from reaching a better future. With that, join us in singing the UU Blessing Song.
We'll sing 2 verses, call and response. In the first verse, I will say, you, it's a blessing you were born, and you sing back, it's a blessing I was born. And then the second time through, we will all sing, we. It's a blessing you were born. It's a blessing I was born. And it matters what you do. And it matters what you know about God. Is a piece of the truth. Let the beauty you love be what you do. And you don't have to do it alone. It's a blessing we were born. And it matters what we do. What we know about God is a piece of the truth. Let the beauty we love be what we do. And we don't have to do it alone. And we don't have to do it alone. We don't have to do it alone. We don't have to do it alone. Cha-cha-cha.
So, in the spirit of this communal power, we're running a community fundraising campaign to support stores paying the exorbitant costs of upgrading to natural, climate-friendly refrigeration. The church has graciously pledged to donate half of today's offerings to our community fundraiser. So today's offerings will be supporting both the church and small stores around the area. Additionally, while monetary offerings help the church run, part of what makes the congregation so special is everyone's contributions and involvement in activities beyond church services. As I read some of the upcoming events and opportunities, think about how you can get involved to strengthen this community. If you're a newcomer or curious to find out more about the congregation, Jody Mathis, maybe just stand up real quick, Jody, will be leading a 10-minute orientation after the service. You can meet Jody just right here in front of the pulpit. Also, please join our monthly potluck in Venti Hall, to my right, after the service. Follow the crowd as they enter our social hall through the door on your left. It's a great opportunity for conversation and to get to know one better. It's also games day for all ages, with board games, stacking games, and picture puzzles. Stay until 2 p.m. and have some multi-generational fun. After the potluck, there's a meeting. I don't think that's happening anymore because Jeff's not here. Is there? It is happening? Okay. After the potluck, there's a meeting for parents of parents for families with middle and high school youth. Seek out each other in Venti Hall. It's for support of the new youth group. If you don't have a teen but still want to help, please come say hello. So with that, I invite the ushers to come up to the front as we begin our offertory and enjoy more music from Emma's Revolution. If this is your first time at First Unitarian, we invite you to let the baskets pass you by. Yet any gift given today will support this congregation as well as Youth Power Climate Action's projects. If you've indicated you're willing to help with our projects on the little piece of paper that many of you got, please put the form in the basket as well. We'd especially love if to have some of the other youth join us.
We picked the right day to come. This is an inspiring time to be here, and I want to thank Bella and Orhan. So exciting. And this song was inspired by another amazing youth climate activist. The words, her name is Greta Thunberg. You've probably heard of her. And she sat down outside the capital, the parliament in Sweden, and said, "Why should I go to school when my house is burning?" Right? So we take words from her where she said, "I need you to act like your house is on fire," because it is. And we're together in this song, and together by supporting Youth Power, we're going to be putting out the fires of climate injustice, of climate chaos, of white supremacy, all the stuff. So in this song, you've got a part to sing, "Put out the fire."
Put out the fire. Put out the fire. Put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
Try it with us.
Put out the fire. Put out the fire. Put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
We love you. We hear you.
We commit to change our ways, not later, but sooner, right now, for your future.
Youth can't wait.
Put out the fire.
Women can't wait.
Put out the fire.
Planet can't wait.
Put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
For our children
Put out the fire.
and their children
Put out the fire.
and their
Put
children.
out the fire. Our house is on fire.
For songbirds,
For clean air. For the oceans and the bays. Not later, but sooner. Right now. For our future.
melting glaciers,
Put out the fire.
rising seas,
Put out the fire.
bleaching
Put out
coral,
the fire. Our house is on fire.
shrinking shorelines,
Put out the fire.
sinking
Put
islands,
out the fire.
growing dry
Put out
lands.
the fire. Our house is on fire.
Let bees live,
Let trees grow. Let the snow fall where it may. Not later, but sooner. Right now. For the future. Right now. For the future. Right now.
Your time is now. We put out the fire. Our house is on fire.
And now if you'll join us in blessing the offering by reading the words on the screen. To the work of the church, which is weaving a tapestry of love we call community, we dedicate ourselves and these our offerings. Our closing hymn is a favorite. It's sung all over the world and very apt. What are we going to do? We're going to keep on moving forward.
All right, well, we will do that one. We love that you want to sing that one. We also want to just thank you for when I walked in this morning and I saw the banner that said Peace, Salam, Shalom, and I saw the banner that said ceasefire in English and Hebrew and Arabic, and we want to thank you for bringing that song to be part of how you stand for justice. That was also a song that we wrote. So anyway, we're going to keep on moving for peace and justice. Let's do that one. Whichever one. Yeah, we'll do keep on moving forward. Yeah.
Gonna keep on moving forward. Please stand. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna keep on moving proudly. Keep on moving proudly. Keep on moving proudly. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna keep on singing loudly. Keep on singing loudly. Keep on singing loudly. Never turning back. Never turning back. Gonna keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Never turning back, never turning back.
Gonna teach our children courage. Teach our children courage.
Teach our children courage.
Never turning back, never turning back. Gonna sing for peace all over this world. Sing for peace all over this world. Sing for peace all over this world. Never turning back. Never turning back.
Gonna sow the seeds of justice.
Sow the seeds of justice. Sow the seeds of justice. Never turning back. Never turning back.
Gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. 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 Thank you so much.
the light of truth, or the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Bella.
Thank you so much for joining us in service today. We hope that in sharing our story of growing and working together as climate activists, you've been reminded of all the wonderful people you work alongside in your life. Whether you're fighting to elect climate-friendly politicians, working to remove super polluting greenhouse gases from grocery stores, putting energy into keeping this congregation strong, or bettering your community in any other form, we hope that we can continue to work together and support each other. Thank you.
Bravo to our youth. We are so proud. And a song that we have been singing quite often lately is one that we attribute to Emma's Revolution. So let's sing ourselves out with Peace, Salam, Shalom.
Right on.
Peace, salam, shalom. 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 We believe in peace. 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 Salam, shalom. We will work for peace. Salam, shalom. We will work for peace. Salam, peace. We will work for salam, peace, shalom. We will work shalom, peace, salam. Jerusalem, salam, peace, shalom. Shalom, peace, salam. Salam, shalom, peace. In Washington, peace, salam, shalom. In Gaza City, peace, salam, shalom. In Tehran, peace, salam, shalom. In peace, salam, shalom. In New York City, peace, salam, shalom. We believe in peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom. Peace, salam, shalom.